stamping friends, it's Jackie Bolhuis coming to you from Zeeland, Michigan with another video in my Techniques and Tips series. Now, watch this video because there's tons of little tips that are going to be scattered all the way through it. But our main focus today is we're going to see how to make both of these cards, and they both are done using a technique that simply uses the Stampin' Up! Re-inkers and plain old baby wipes. Those of you that are moms, this should be really easy. You got baby wipes around. Otherwise, go buy some baby wipes. I use them a lot too to clean my stamps, so it's kind of a necessity thing in my stamp room. But this is how I use the baby wipes to get these beautiful leaves on here, and that's what I'm going to show you today. We're going to be using the stamp set called Colorful Seasons. This was a brand new one in the new catalog, and oh my goodness, it is so versatile. There are so many different things you can do with this for year-round, and I do realize the cards I'm showing are more fall, but when I wanted to do something with baby wipes, this stamp set just jumped off its shelf and screamed, "Pick me, pick me!" So I did. So that's the stamp set we're using. Now, as always, all the details for both of the cards, the stamp set and everything will be on my blog post. The date of the blog post will be in the description of this video and a link to it so you can easily find it. So let's just get started. First off, here's my baby wipe, and I just have it folded in half, and I like to just put it on top of one of the biggest size clear blocks. It just makes a really good base for it. Otherwise, just something, a plate, or you don't really want to do your counter because ink's going to leak through it like you're going to see in a little bit. So even a paper plate, I guess, would work, or an old stamp case or whatever. Just put it on something. And then I like to use 3 re-inkers. And so we are going to use Crushed Curry, Cajun Craze, and Cherry Cobbler. And what I'm going to do is just drop 3 drops-ish. If 4 come out, that's not the end of the world, of each one of these onto my baby wipe randomly. Kind of spread them out. Let's see. Whoop. And you're going to get something that looks something like that, which is basically just a big old mess. So we're going to move that over, get my cardstock in the center here. And here is my leaf there's the glare, out of that stamp set. And what I'm going to do is ink it up. This just became my stamp pad. Now, part of the key is when you ink this up, you want to put it on here and move it around a little bit. See how I'm kind of tapping it and twisting and turning it a little bit? That will help blend those colors. Otherwise, you're going to kind of get a dotted look, and we don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and stamp it. And look at how pretty that is. We're getting all of these colors in there. And each time I ink it, I just move it around a little bit. Make sure our colors are nice and blended. So we'll just go ahead and do 4 of them on that. And then we'll set that aside. And as you can see then on my card, I stamped this awesome greeting, "Life is a beautiful thing." Now a little tip I want to show you as I stamp this. I probably should have done it with the leaves too, but I didn't think it was really necessary. Being photopolymer, you want to always make sure you stamp on something to give you some cushion. Okay, the piercing pad works awesome. And you can see what I've done here is I've just taken a piece of grid paper and I cut it in half and I tape it around to the back side because that protects my pad. Because otherwise, if you're going off the edge when you're stamping, your pad's going to really get icky after a while. So we'll put that on there, and we're going to just go ahead and ink up our saying that we want. Ink it up good, and let's just stamp it about right there. Life is a beautiful thing. What a perfect verse to go with leaves, I think. Now, before we're done with this layer, if you look closely at mine, you can see the little black speckles in there. You know, to me, this looked a little plain. It needed just something else. And I just love the look of the little black speckles. So I want to show you how I do that. There's numerous ways to do it. I used to just use a speckle stamp. If you have Gorgeous Grunge, there's an awesome speckle stamp in there. But unfortunately, that stamp is no longer available. So if you don't have it, I want to show you another option, and I use this quite a bit. Is I just have an aqua painter here, and actually this one I've designated as my speckling aqua painter, so I don't worry so bad about getting it nice and clean. And we're going to set our baby wipe aside, and on the same block here, what I'm going to do is just put a drop don't need much, of black ink for my black re-inker. And then I can take my aqua painter and make sure we got some water coming out of it and just kind of water this down here. Okay, make sure we got some good water. And then I just take the aqua painter and I tap it on my finger. And you can see how it's speckling there. And that's it. Doesn't that just give it a nice, it finishes it off. We don't have so much white space. So let's go ahead and take a look at the finished card here. I've added this beautiful copper trim. This is new in the catalog and it is my favorite. It is really soft and flexible, so it ties bows really nice and easy. So I just added that on with a piece of Cajun Craze cardstock. I always like to finish off the inside. If it's dark cardstock, I'll put a piece of white or vanilla on the inside. And with this one, I just did some more of those leaves and thinking of you. And I also speckled this one because it was just too white for me. So there's our first card using baby wipes. Now, as I finish making this card, and I kind of jumped around here because I wanted to show you the black. So we're going to put our baby wipe back on here, get our black ink out of the way. So when I was done making that, I thought, you know, I still have this baby wipe with all this color on here. So what do we do with it? And as you can see, my hands are pretty inky because I've been playing a lot today and ink washes off. I don't worry about it. So I'm going to just grab my baby wipe, kind of scrunch it up so that I can hold on to it. And I can swipe it across this piece of cardstock. Look at the fun background that I can make doing that. And this would actually go a long ways. I could make some more, but I made this really nice striped piece of cardstock. And then here's a card I made with it when I did it the first time. And I just stamped some of the open leaves on here. Now this leaf is in that same stamp set. So we're still using Colorful Seasons. The saying, life is a beautiful thing, the same saying I used before, just cut it out with the stitch shape framelits. But look at the nice simple card that I was able to make. So those are the two cards that I want to show you today using none other than baby wipes. You know, sometimes look around what you have in your house, and we have lots of things that we can incorporate into our stamping. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And again, the details will be in the description leading you to the blog post that has all the dimensions and all of the products I use. So again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or I can help you with anything stamping or with Stampin' Up! Products, get a hold of me. I'd love to help you out. Have a stamp happy day.